Ah,
Yeah, okay. Bueno, me alegro de que todos estemos aquí juntos y bienvenidos y bienvenidas a nuestra clase. Ah, estábamos mirando la inspiración del video de la mudanza. We were looking before recording at my inspiration. Why that moving video was so pertinent to me. Okay. Vamos a empezar aquí. We're going to start here. We had two questions from that little set of discussion questions we didn't quite finish with. Y las últimas dos preguntas que están aquí, número 7 y número 8, ¿sí? Vas a ordenar tu casa. Are you going to get your house organized? Vas a ordenar tu casa para eliminar lo que ya no necesitas. Do you have any plans to organize your house, to get rid of stuff you no longer need? ¿Qué vas a donar? Donar, sí. Donar, donate. ¿Qué vas a donar? O tirar en la basura, sí, para tener más espacio.
digo, sus sueños.
Esos sueños.
Good luck.
Es probable. Sí, en mis sueños, sí. ¿Qué quiero? Sí, voy a donar algunos libros míos, que hay varios libros de la universidad, libros de viajar con información del año 200, anything from the year 2000. Ay, no. ¿Cómo viajar a París en el año 2000? No, no sirve. No sirve para nada en 2023. No. Voy a donar varios libros. Voy a donar ropa vieja que nadie está usando. ¿Sí? Todo eso. ¿Sí? ¿Algo con ustedes? Anything with you guys?
No soy un acaparador. Soy el contrario. Con cada mudanza he reordenado la casa y donar o tirar cosas innecesarias.
Sí. Y a veces el problema es que mis suegros con frecuencia encuentran cosas en sus armarios, ¿sí? Cosas de Iowa del año 1940 o algo así. Recuerdos de los abuelos. Souvenirs from their grandparents. Recuerdos de sus abuelos, ¿sí? Que tienen en una caseta en la shed, que tienen en una caseta y ellos me envían más cosas, ¿sí? Oh, es un recuerdo del abuelo de Iowa, ¿sí? De la granja, from the farm, guy. A ver, y tengo, sí, como 2 o 3 cajas con cosas viejas de varios parientes. Y no hay ningún lugar donde puedo ponerlo, ¿no? Ok. Bueno, sí. ¿Algo más o no? Sí,
Sí.
Susana.
Sí, mi hijo acabó de comprar su primera casa. Nosotros le daremos los artículos que ya no necesitamos. Hopefully
Sí.
he bought his first house and we're going to give him things we no longer need. If he
Muchas-
will. Yeah.
Muchas veces las madres tienen como platos extras,
Sí.
viejos
Sí.
platos que queremos darles a los hijos en su primer apartamento, algo así, o vasos o cosas así de la cocina. Y sí, eso
Sí.
es buena idea. Bueno, algo más. Sí,
Juanita.
bueno, muy bien, Juanita.
Hace muchos años yo viajé por un año. Cuando yo volví a California, yo abrí mis cajas. Era Navidad. Yo no recordé muchas de mis cosas. Yo dije, ¿esto es mío? Yo aprendí que yo no necesito muchas cosas a vivir.
Sí. Y cuando tiras algo, when you throw something out, cuando tiras algo, dentro de 3 meses, necesitas esa cosita. Siempre, siempre. Es como un Murphy's Law, ¿no? Sí.
Oh,
El
sí.
momento en que botas algo, no usé nada, no usé esta cosa, I didn't use a thing. Entonces sí, voy a botarla, voy a echarlo, voy a tirarlo, I'm going to toss it out, ¿sí? Y 3 meses después, algo
¿Dónde
pasa
está?
que sí, lo necesito. ¿Y por qué? ¿Por qué tiré esa cosita? Why did I throw that little thing out? Es así. Ok. Bueno, y la última pregunta. Oh, perdón. Sí, Kathy.
Can you hear me?
Sí,
Okay.
perfecto.
Yo necesitaba una casa sin escaleras. No puedo subir bien las escaleras. Compramos la única casa que vimos sin escaleras. Nosotros estamos felices de que también sea bonita.
Sí. Ok. Sí.
I had to have a house with no stairs.
Sí, y es muy común, sí, aquí es fácil, por lo general, encontrar una casa que no tiene escaleras, sí, aquí.
Sí,
Ah,
pero fue difícil para mí. The realtor showed us all these houses with stairs.
mm, sí. Now, did you notice when she talked about, we were looking for an apartment that would have 3 bedrooms and this and that, and it was phrased as busco una casa, busco un apartamento que tenga, that has. And we don't phrase that when you're looking for it. We don't phrase that second verb as tiene, but rather tenga. Okay. ¿Y por qué? Because when you're in el proceso de buscar, in the process of looking for something, okay? In the process of looking for something, you don't know if that exact condition exists. So, busco una casa que tenga 3 habitaciones. Busco una casa con por lo menos 2 baños. Que tenga por lo menos 2 baños. Something that might have at least 2 bathrooms. So when you're looking for it and you don't know it exists, that verb won't be tiene, it'll be tenga. When you actually have the apartment, then it is something that exists. And then it goes back to tiene. Tengo una casa que tiene 3 habitaciones. Tengo una casa Vivo en una casa que tiene 3 habitaciones. I live in a house that has 3 bedrooms because that exists. Okay? So that tiene won't be a tenga there because it's a condition that is met and it's there and it's real. Okay? Bien. In the same way, often when people are hiring for a job, busco una secretaria que hable mandarina o mandarino y francés y algo así. Okay, alguien que hable, somebody who speaks, because they don't know if they're going to find the person for that post who can do that. So that is something you will hear a lot. Okay. Okay. If the condition or the thing or that person really exists, there's no need for subjunctive. But if you're looking for a house that has, a garage, 2 bathrooms, then that is something that is a need that is not yet met. And we don't know if it's out there. So that's why that happens. El porqué. Yeah, that's the why of that. Okay. Bien. Vamos, entonces, adelante, adelante. Bien. We had a fun little video this week. Momento. Oh,
Did we
la
finish
imagen
8?
desapareció. Momentito. Ok, aquí. Bien. Aquí lo tengo. Aquí lo tengo. Here I've got it. I want to see if you've got any questions on this first. We're not going to play the whole thing because it's pretty long. Sí, es un video de 22 minutos, así que no vamos a hablar de todo el video, no vamos a explicar todo. Es bastante obvio. It's kind of obvious, ¿no? Bien. Y ella estaba hablando o ella nos dijo, she told us, ella nos dijo que siempre hay una historia, un cuento interesante. Cuando vemos una foto, ¿qué pasa? Hay luces enfrente de mi casa. Ok. Cuando vemos una foto, por ejemplo, en Instagram o Facebook o algún sitio web, ¿sí? En las redes sociales, en social networks, hay muchas fotos, pero siempre hay un cuento conectado con la foto. Y el cuento aquí, por ejemplo, en Mount Rushmore, and here they were answering, do we just pronounce the name of those geographical places? You'll notice sometimes she just borrowed the English term like Mount Rushmore, and sometimes she didn't, like Edinburgh.
South Dakota too.
Sí, eso, sí. Dakota del Sur, Carolina del Norte, okay? Yeah. Sometimes in Spanish, the things will be Spanishized. And sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll just borrow. So, Mount Rushmore is one of those. Pero ella nos dijo que, por ejemplo, en el caso de visitar el lugar que tenemos como Mount Rushmore, ella siempre pensaba en un programa infantil. She always associated it with a kiddie cartoon, ¿sí? Con un programa infantil. Cuando ella era niña, con la cara del personaje en Mount Rushmore, the face of a little character from her show was on Mount Rushmore. Okay, es el cuento con Mount Rushmore. el otro ejemplo, el cuento el cuento conectado con esta foto es que hacía muchísimo calor cuando ella viajó a Turquía. Turquía es Turkey, ¿no? Turquía, el país de Turquía. Ok. El cuento y todo lo contrario con su visita a Minneapolis. Entonces, el cuento con esta foto es que hacía un frío tremendo,
Sí.
que es muy normal. Y decimos aquí en Estados Unidos, claro, que hace frío todo el invierno en Minnesota, ¿sí? ¿Qué estabas pensando? What were you thinking? ¿Qué estabas pensando? A visitar a Minnesota en febrero. Ok. El cuento conectado con esta foto
Ujú.
fue un cuento de que ella se enfermó. She got sick. Se enfermó. Aunque la imagen de la foto es una imagen muy bonita, ¿sí? Ella es muy bonita en su traje de baño y tenemos montañas y un lago, un paisaje bello, bellísimo. Pero con la foto muy bella, el cuento es que ella se enfermó con la fiebre dengue, que es una enfermedad bastante seria, ¿no?
Sí.
Ah, y aunque es una foto muy bonita, ella está muy enferma. Ok. Aquí tiene el cuento aquí de Irlanda. Oh, así es. Ella conoció a un cantante. She met a singer, ¿no?
Yeah,
Ella cono-
this is the one I didn't really understand, and I felt like I'm missing the joke.
Ah,
You know?
no, no recuerdo muy bien, pero porque no es la historia más interesante de todas las historias, pero creo que ella conoció a un cantante que ella había visto en como YouTube o algo así. Bien,
Oh,
ok. Pero esta foto aquí sí es especial. Ella viajó a Edimburgo, en Escocia, en Reino Unido, y ella viajó y sus padres, que están divorciados, sus padres, los dos vinieron para viajar con ella durante esa vacación o aquella vacación. Y es la última foto, creo, ¿no? Sí. Ok, vale. Bueno, entonces, vamos a ver aquí. Tenemos varias ideas aquí. I want to, did you have any other questions about what she said, aside from that little Ireland bit? That was not the most interesting point, but
I just have a question, just like Jan did, that when she's talking about the singer, is she talking about a video or did she see someone there singing that song? I mean, I know it wasn't Lady Gaga. What was she trying?
yeah, I missed the point.
I think it was just somebody, and I'll have to go and listen to that again because that story didn't grab me as much as some of the other ones. So
maybe
I think it was just somebody she had seen.
it
and
wasn't necessarily.
It was like seeing a semi-famous person,
Okay.
yeah, in real life, and you don't
But
expect
they were
it.
singing the song
Sí,
that was famous by
sí.
them.
Okay, sí, Susana,
Could have
same
Somebody
thing.
singing right there that she saw.
Sí.
Or was Yeah, I just.
It's like seeing somebody that you know from something and you're seeing them in the flesh
Okay.
like that. See, bien? Susana, did you have
Well,
something?
I just thought it was, she loved this song by Lady Gaga, and she saw this, she heard it, and she saw this woman, it was this U2 woman. Then I thought she said she saw her again, and almost felt
Yeah.
like, well,
Let
wait a
me
minute.
replay
how's
just that
from?
one part. I think I did not pay as much attention to this. I think she was talking about somebody who sang a cover,
Right.
which
right.
would
Yeah.
be, for those of you who are not into that, my husband is really into that, who's done covers of what other rock things.
Sure.
Cover is like a famous song, but somebody else
Like somebody else
does
sings.
the same song. And it's a cover because they're borrowing it from the original artist. They're
Yeah,
not the
sure.
first person to put it out. Okay, let's just listen to this and I'll put the captions on for you too. Okay, so that I can remember all the story.
¿Y por qué quiero hablar de esta foto?
Why do I want to talk
Esto
about this
fue
picture?
en febrero
This was in
más o
February,
menos, de
more or less.
2019.
2019.
Fue cuando yo estaba estudiando en Liverpool.
It's when I was studying in Liverpool. Okay, see,
También lo conté en algún video, ¿sí?
that's in another video.
Que yo fui a estudiar inglés a Liverpool
I went to study
por
English in
2
Liverpool
meses, creo que fue,
for 2 months.
más o menos. Y bueno, y durante mi tiempo en Liverpool, yo viajé a diferentes lugares
And during my time in Liverpool, I traveled to different
del
places,
Reino
various
Unido
places,
y de Europa
in the
para
UK
conocer algunas de
Europe.
las ciudades.
to
Ahora,
get to know those cities a little bit better.
había una chica en ese momento que hacía covers, que
There was a girl at this time, en ese momento, there was a girl, we would say there was a girl at that time who was doing covers. And notice, hacía covers. She does not substitute. Covers means it's just she's taking a famous person's song and she's redoing it on her own. Okay. Some of the confusion may have been with her. Cover. Es un cover. What is a cover? It's a cover. It means the person takes the famous song and they do it on their own. Okay. And she was doing, notice she doesn't say she sang right here on this sentence. She says she was doing covers.
cantaba covers de canciones
She sang covers of other people's songs
en la calle en Dublín.
on the street. You know,
Uh,
those street musicians. Yeah.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Busker.
She was doing that. And
Que era súper famosa. Se estaba haciendo muy, muy viral.
she was getting really famous for being a street musician. So she was getting she was getting her songs posted. Muy viral. It was real viral.
Y me acuerdo
I
que
remember
unos días antes de ir a Dublín,
that a few days before going to
yo
Dublin,
me obsesioné, pero me obsesioné
I was obsessed.
en serio con un cover de ella cantando Shallow de
Okay. I was obsessed with a cover in which she was singing, with her singing Shallow. That's another one of those borrowed words because it was a popular song because of a movie that had Lady Gaga. See,
Lady Gaga. Bueno, era la canción un poco del momento también.
it was a song of the moment.
Y me acuerdo que yo vi ese video de ella cantando en la calle.
But I remember I saw a video of her singing on the street.
Shallow, y dije, wow, qué chica increíble, como me
And I said, wow, what an incredible girl.
encanta cómo canta,
I love how she
me
sings.
encanta cómo canta.
Encanta como canta. Oh, that rhymes, yeah.
Y bueno, y yo veía ese video todo el tiempo y escuchaba
I saw this video all the time. So this was a video. It was something somebody posted to some, I don't know, TikTok. Quién sabe? Well, it was TikTok even in 2019. Don't know. But they posted it somewhere and it went viral. And she kept listening to the cover over and over again. So she knew who this girl was.
el cover
I was listening to the
encantaba,
cover.
sinceramente me encantaba. Y me acuerdo que antes de ir a Dublín, yo
Before going to
dije,
Dublin,
che,
I said, hey, here's one of those interesting little words, che. And only in Argentine, you'll hear say, che. Che is like, hey. Che is one of those little snippet of words that you hear in El Cono Sur. I don't even think on Chile. I think they kind of, no, it's Argentina. Argentina, they call people che to say guy. They call out che, yeah, che. Well, first, originally, when the che first started being used, it meant, it was just like the word guy in English. Okay. Hey, man. Oye, che. Yeah. And pretty soon, you know, the oye gets dropped and che is just used to say, hey, or wow, or So now che is kind of, it has evolved into kind of an all-purpose, hey, man, kind of expression. Okay, so that's,
Era un señor que se llama Che.
oh,
Se
is there a
llama-
connection between this and Che Guevara? Oddly
Sí.
enough, there is.
Ah,
But only in the sense that Che Guevara, well, Ernesto,
ujú.
see, se llamaba, his name was, se llamaba Ernesto,
Ernesto. Oh, sí.
pero su apodo, his nickname, Che.
Mm.
Okay. And part of the reason of the nickname for Che, all that traveling he did as a young student in South America. I know he also has a bad reputation because he did bad things too. Okay. But because he traveled in all these other countries in South America, it was kind of the running joke in all these other countries, not Argentina, that, hey, you guys all call each other Che. That's the running joke. So
Okay.
because they pegged him from his accent, when he went to Chile and Ecuador and Peru, Bolivia, all those places, from his accent, they would peg him as Argentino, eres Argentino. And they know, oh, those people call each other Che for the hey man thing. So it was a nickname. Es un apodo.
Okay, gracias, sí. Ajá.
La conexión. That's
Okay.
the connection. Okay, so Che,
¿Te
hey,
imaginas que la vea?
did you, do you imagine that you
¿Imaginas
might see
si
her?
veo a la chica cantando este cover? ¡Wow! Sería genial, ¿no? Pero
Wow, I could see this girl singing here because I'm in the city where I saw all those videos. Yeah. Sería genial. It would be great. Genial. It would be awesome. Sería genial. It would be awesome.
fue un pensamiento así. Esos pensamientos rápidos que pasan
That was one of those quick things that flitted through my mind. One of those thoughts, pensamientos.
por la cabeza
Something that just goes through your head.
y nada más.
And that's it. Nada más, nothing else. A passing thought. Okay.
Bueno, pensé eso
Okay.
y seguí con mi
I
vida
thought that.
normalmente.
I went on with
Y
my
bueno,
life
y
normally.
después, ¿qué pasó? Estaba caminando yo al otro día
I was
por
walking.
Dublín. Estaba caminando y escucho a alguien que canta.
I heard somebody singing.
Y digo, es ella. Es ella.
And I said, oh, it's her.
Entonces le digo a mi papá, para, vamos.
And I said to my dad, wow, let's go.
Y empezamos a caminar más rápido.
We started
Y
to walk
cuando
faster.
llego, era justamente
And when I
esta
got
chica
there-
cantando. Ahí termina la canción y se pone a cantar Shallow.
She finished one song and she started to sing Shallow. So the thing that she thought, well, this could happen, but it's a blip on her brain. Yeah. It's a blip on the horizon. It happened. She did see that girl on the street singing the song she heard in a video that went viral.
Y yo digo, no lo puedo creer.
And I said, I can't believe it.
lo predije, vi el futuro. No, pero fue un momento de esos
I
que te
foresaw this in the future, but no.
quedan en la memoria.
It was one of those things that just sticks in your memory, sticks in your brain. Yeah.
Dije, wow, no puedo creer
I said, wow,
que
I
me
can't believe it.
encontré con esta chica
I can't believe that I met this girl
gusta tanto como
that I like
canta,
so much. I like
justo
the way she sings.
cantando el
Just
tema,
singing.
la canción que me encanta y que estoy
Singing the song I
obsesionada.
love.
Y bueno, nada, la escuché cantar y
I
después
listened to
fui
her sing,
y le dije, me
and
acuerdo
later I went and I said,
que me acerqué
I
a
said to
ella y le dije,
uh,
mirá, nada, te quería contar, soy de Argentina y me llegaron tus videos y bueno, sos genial, no puedo creer que nos encontramos.
yeah. So she told her where she's from, and wow, I can't believe that I met up. I've seen you on these videos.
No puedo creer que te vi, pero bueno, nada,
I can't believe I saw
espero
you.
que sigas cantando porque tenés mucho
I hope you keep on singing
talento, le
because
dije.
you're really talented.
Y bueno, nada, después de eso seguí caminando y me saqué la foto.
So she obviously asked you to take her picture after that, and that's the little story there. Okay. Yeah.
You made it sound so much, you made it make sense. And I'm listening to that going, she's getting excited about something, singing. So I don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
was trying to relate it to the picture. Was she trying to say that that was in the video and now she's standing where she saw it?
she posed her there and
Right.
took
I
the
got-
picture. Yeah.
Yes, she did see someone singing.
It would be like seeing a singer or actor that you've seen before and just seeing them on the street, like
Excited.
everybody else is on the street, and be like, oh my gosh.
Okay.
And yeah. So it was her chance meeting with somebody who was viral, but you probably have to be about her age. You have to be about 21, 22 for that to say, oh, I know that person, they went viral. You would not know. Okay. Any other little questions from that video or no? That was the one little story that was kind of a mystery. Okay. I want to point out a couple of words, and one of them are already brought up, so I won't have to bring it up again. But I want to bring up a couple of terms from the vocabulary list I gave you, para que sepan, just so you know. Yeah. You know this verb, this subo, as going up, right? Subo, I'm going up. Yeah. Or I'm
Yes.
getting into a vehicle. Subir. Subir is to go up. Stairs. A bunch of floors in a building. Plane going up. El avión sube. Right? But it's also used when people upload, when they put things up on the web. So when she was using it in there, suba, she wasn't really talking about going up to anything. You might have thought it had maybe some connection with Mount Rushmore, but it does not. Eso no. So I put up pictures, meaning, okay. So it's one of the things for like uploading pictures.
You know, what I found troubling with that is sub English suggests the opposite.
Oh,
Submarine, submerge.
entiendo.
And I thought it'd be the same Latin root. I guess not.
Que sí, es una cuestión lingüística. Es un asunto lingüístico. That's an yeah, but and subir is definitely, you know, moving up this direction, but yeah, you know, sub-Saharan Africa,
Yeah.
subpar is the opposite meaning. Tengo que investigar. I got to investigate that one a little bit. Sí, es interesante. Gracias, Carlos. Bueno, siguiente. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? You will only really hear from young people. And I will be specific. Somebody 30 or under as a general rule. Okay, maybe 35. Probably not even a 40-year-old. Yeah. Que onda is a kind of universal thing, especially Latin America. It's the what's up, what's going on kind of comment. Okay.
Like,
So
¿qué
que
pasa?
onda can be like an equivalent to como estás, but
Hmm.
more informal. So que tal? Yeah. Que onda is kind of more equivalent to que tal. You would never go up to a granny, to the gray-haired lady, gray-haired man, and say, que onda? It'd be like,
¿De qué pasa?
It'd be like the guys used to go around, hey, sup? You know, you don't walk into an interview, hey, sup? That's not going to happen. Yeah. Okay. So, que onda is what young people banter about that, or what's going on. Besides saying como estás, how are you, is a substitute for como estás. Que onda can also be for whatever is going, hey, what's going on? Que onda. Okay.
¿Qué pasa?
¿Qué pasa? Así. Aquí. Así. Okay. Vale. Entonces, siguiente. This is an example of why we can't translate word for word, or why we shouldn't translate word for word in our head. See, and she kind of inverted it here. She expresses as mucho sentido no tiene, which is kind of inverted. This is the way you would probably normally say this. The reason she inverted it was that she was just speaking very quickly, kind of riffing off the top of her head. Okay. But if you really put it in the order that you'd usually hear it in, it would be this. No tiene mucho sentido. No tiene mucho sentido. Why can't we translate this word for word? We will not use the word have in this expression. We use the idea make. Make in español es hacer. Hacer, ¿sí? H-A-C-E-R, hacer. Es to make, to do, hacer. Pero make sense. In Spanish, things don't make sense. They have sense. And it's just the expression they use. So they will never use the verb hacer to say something makes sense. Tiene sentido. Tiene sentido, it makes sense. No tiene sentido, it does not make sense. Eso es, okay? Bien. So this is one of those, can't use the word make, hacer, to say that expression. It's just what they use instead, okay? That acá, aquí, acá is the same thing as aquí. It's a regional thing. Some people, actually, you'll hear about 3 different explanations for acá versus aquí, depending on who you talk to. Some people say it's purely wherever you travel. Some places use acá more, some places use aquí more. Other people will say, no, acá refers to a general area here, as opposed to the spot specific here. You know what matters? What matters is that it means the same thing as aquí. That's it, punto. Okay, don't overanalyze it, just acá, they mean here. Something close. Okay. Bien. Siguiente. Aquí, no. Oh, notice she did not translate that word bungalow. She just grabbed it because, people might use casita, little house, for bungalow, but, bungalow, probably it was advertised that way. And the che, we already talked to that. So there it is. And it isn't a roundabout way. We're kind of connected to the idea of che guevara. Okay. This is a word you will not hear in Mexico. Okay. Mexicans, Spaniards, Peru, Argentina, Peru, Bolivia, Venezuela, Colombia, they would think that word pollera was kind of strange, especially pronounced pollera. Pero pollera is just the same thing as falda. but it's what they use in Argentina. So know that sometimes those are sprinkled in. And notice here was a Spanishized word. They do not say Edinburgh.
Marilyn, I
Hey.
thought it was interesting on this list, me volví loca. Isn't that from volver to return? I returned crazy, but
sí.
that's how they say I went crazy.
Entiendo. Ok, voy a explicar. Me volví loca. Me volví loca es reflexivo. Volverse. Volverse can mean to turn around, like 180.
Oh.
It can. Okay. But volverse plus adjetivo is kind of that idea. Y es reflexivo. It is a reflexive. It is one of those kind of become or get words. Okay. In English, we specifically say, I went nuts. I went nuts over this. I went crazy over this. Okay. And went. But volverse is one of those become or get kind of words. Okay. And it is often, volverse is often, and I would even dare say most frequently used with the word loco or loca. Okay. To get a certain way or become.
So it has nothing to do with volver, which means to return or to come back.
No. Nada. No. It is not the volver of return. Vuelvo a las 8, I'm coming back at 8. ¿Sí? Vuelvo estoy de vacaciones, pero vuelvo en 2 semanas. I'm coming back in 2 weeks. Yeah. But me vuelvo loca. Aquí ella tiene en pretérito. Me volví loca. I went nuts. Okay. And obviously she wasn't talking about psychological, just, yeah. My son broke the microwave door and I went nuts. Can be a good, I went nuts. It could be a bad, I went nuts. Como en inglés. Equivalente. Ok. A ver. Bueno, adelante. Así que lo que queremos hacer, what we want to do right now is to talk as she did. And she really kind of, she kind of went with almost stream of consciousness talking. She was not talking strictly on script with relating all these little stories. And that's why you have these little pauses and she'd change her mind and use a different word or have little interjections. That's the way we talk all the time. But the point was she was mixing presente, pasado. She was mixing all different kinds of tenses because sometimes we talk. But the idea was we're taking a picture and we're thinking maybe, hey, related to this picture, what happened before the picture? What happened? What's behind the story? Yeah. Yeah. What happened before the picture? What's happening during the picture? What will happen afterwards? All of those things. So you can combine these any way you want. No importa. Doesn't matter how you mix it up with this. There are no right or wrong, strictly speaking, ideas here. Si hablamos aquí tenemos una familia. Hay una familia aquí que, se están mudando. They are moving. Okay. So the one thing we want to avoid is don't use passive voice. Keep it all active. pick an idea that's conveyed by a verb like mudarse. And if you want to talk about it in the presente, está bien. If you want to talk about it using pasado, okay, vale, bien. But there are any number of things you might be talking about with this. Okay. ¿Qué piensan? ¿Qué opinan? What's your opinion, guys? Sí. Hablando aquí de la foto de la familia.
La familia, la familia tuvo que empacar las cajas.
Que
antes-
empacar.
is that
Que empacar
Ah, cajas de cartón.
las cajas. Hay más de una caja, ¿sí?
Oh, sí.
Hay varias cajas. Sí, tuvo que empacar. Oh, they had to pack up.
Ajá, las cajas de cartón.
Sí, eso. And they're done with that. Now they're in the bringing it out segment, right? So, tuvo que empacar. They had to get that done. Okay. Perfecto.
Okay.
Otra idea.
La familia Deba, poner o dejar las cajas en el carro.
Okay. Debe dejar, should leave.
No, oh, I got the wrong one. I got the wrong one. The family need to put the box in the
okay.
car.
Necesita
Necesito
dejar las
dejar
cajas
en el carro.
en el carro, en el camión. Okay.
Sí.
Es quizás un poquito mejor decir como camión, ¿sí? Porque no es un carro para 4 personas, sí, es un camión. Hay mucho espacio dentro del vehículo, sí, pero es un camión, sí. Necesitan dejar las cajas en el carro, en el camión. Bueno, ok. Presente, está bien. Otra idea.
Ok. Esta familia compró un rancho grande y decidieron se mudaron lo antes posible.
Compró un rancho grande.
Sí, grande, sí. Pero tengo una pregunta.
Sí, dime.
This is too far away from the actual purchase. I can't get away with acabar de comprar, can I?
They just bought.
Sí. Pues depende. Depende en la realidad de la situación. It really depends on what that was. If you really just did it because it was a last minute thing, you were 1 box short and you just ran out. Acaba de comprar una cajita extra. 1 little extra box. Quizás, maybe.
But in terms of buying the large ranch, even though it was very quick and
Okay.
they had to move right away, that's still too far away from just
Depende, y acaba de comprar acaba de comprar el rancho.
Sí.
Es posible.
Oh, okay. Bueno.
Todo es relativo. Everything is relative. See? Depends on the reality of their situation.
Una pregunta.
Sí.
So when talking about what Fred was just saying, I said something similar, but is it if they just arrived or just bought, or do you use the past tense of acabar? So acabó de
Oh,
llegar? Or
Oh, good
do you still
question.
say?
sí,
acaba
es
de?
buena pregunta. Sí, es posible, es posible. It
Okay.
pushes a little further back.
Okay,
If you
so not
express,
right-
if you take acabar
Okay,
and put it into past, pretérito, but it would have to really be to make a lot of sense, pretérito. Acabó de comprar
mhm.
algo, you know.
So you could say that.
Es posible, sí. It is
Okay.
possible to do that.
Okay,
We are taught that acabar de as a workaround for avoiding past tense entirely. But, okay, so acaba de comprar a una caja extra porque les faltaba una caja, okay? They were short one box
Mm.
and they just ran out and got an extra box, okay? Acaba de comprar
Okay.
una caja extra. Acaba de comprar. And there, that would be a last minute purchase. And it would
Okay.
be recent. So it'd be acaba de comprar. Okay. Acabó de comprar. They had just bought. Yeah, but it puts it a little further back into the past. So, you know, we are taught that acabar de, to use it in presente, and to we use it. We can use acabar in present tense, but it indicates something that's really over with, but over with kind of recently.
Okay.
Okay, so that's usually the purpose of using acabar. I would say this would not be the first tool taken out of the toolbox.
Okay.
To phrase as acabo de comprar would probably not be the first idea. Why not? Because it would be much easier to say one of these two things. Either compró, just
Okay.
put it into preterite, or put it further back by doing this. Había comprado.
Yeah.
Había comprado, had bought. And that puts it further back
Okay.
into the
Okay.
past. If you think the past is a timeline,
Okay.
it takes it way back. Okay? Había comprado. So these would be probably the first two choices because it's what's going to come to mind first.
Okay.
Not for
Yes.
any other reason, really. Okay? Bien.
Sí.
Pero buena pregunta. Can you take acabar and put it into some other tenses? Yes, you can. Si es posible. Vale, bueno, aquí seguimos con la foto aquí de un hijo y de su mamá. Y
Hablando.
tienen como toallas, ¿no?
Dublante.
La madre y su hijo doblan una ropa o deshacen la ropa.
Deshacen.
Yeah, they're packing or unpacking. It's not clear in the
Sí,
picture.
sí, posible también, sí.
Sí.
Eso también, sí, es posible, sí. Normalmente sí, este quehacer, this chore, sí, sería un quehacer de cada semana, something you do every week. Normalmente, sí. Doblan la ropa. Bien, ok. Perfecto. Ok. Hay una manera de usar este verbo aquí como ayudar.
You can use it.
Ok, vale. Pat.
I use that in El niño está ayudando a su madre doblar la ropa.
Sure.
Está ayudando a su mamá. Sí, doblando la ropa. Sí, eso sí. Está ayudando gives a feel of it's rolling along, it's happening right now because that's what we see here. See? If we go back a step before the drawing, before the folding, what would they have done before this picture?
Fue lavado.
Limpia?
Well, do you okay, you might clean your clothes, but usually what you do is not
Washing.
limpiar, but
Yeah.
Lavar.
lavar.
Lavar. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ellos lavaron la ropa y pusieron en el secador.
Ah, sí. Ah, eso me gusta. Sí, lavaron la ropa y después, sí, la pusieron
Pusieron.
en la secadora. Y tengo que mover, sí, aquí en la cajita con texto. Sí, lavaron la ropa y después la pusieron en la secadora. They put it in the dryer. Ah, sí, ok. Antes de esta foto, sí, lavaron la ropa, sí. La pusieron o metieron. Meter is sometimes is often used when you put something inside of something else. Yeah, metieron, perdón, aquí eres. Metieron, oh, ya, no puedo escribir nada. Metieron, ok, en la secadora, es así, ok, vale, perfecto, perfecto. Aquí tenemos otra foto de muchísimas personas, jóvenes y abuelitas y varias personas que hacen o que hicieron. What are they doing or what did they do before this picture?
Well, did something.
Okay.
I said los voluntarios cocinaban la comida.
Los voluntarios, es buena pregunta. Los voluntarios sirvieron.
Oh, well, that was what they were going to do next. I said
Sirvieron la comida, served the food, okay, prepararon.
Yeah. Prepararon muchas comidas.
Prepararon mucha comida o varios platos, several dishes, mucha comida o varios platos, ¿sí?
Would it not be muchas comidas?
Mucha comida, mucha comida. Comida por lo general es singular, ¿sí? Platos, dishes would be like, a casserole and a salad and, that's platos. Mucha comida.
So it would be muchos platos?
Muchos platos, varios platos, diferentes platos, algunos platos. Algunos platos, sí. Bueno.
¿Hicieron? Que una persona puede decir, hicieron muchos.
Hicieron, sí, posible, sí. Hicieron, they made, because they did make these, sí. También, por ejemplo, cocinaron muchas horas. Cocinaron muchas horas. Cocinaron muchas horas para servir esta comida. Así. Bien.
So mucha comida means a lot of food, but not necessarily a lot of variety of food. You would use platos for variety or not necessarily?
Those would be the separate dishes, like a casserole and a veggie and a whole turkey. And those are all the platos. Yeah. See? Not say you can't use comidas. You might hear something like this, por ejemplo, with comidas. Por ejemplo, sí. tenemos que probar cuando viajamos, when we travel. Cuando viajamos, queremos probar muchas comidas típicas de esta región. Many typical foods of this region. And then there you'll hear comidas as plural. ¿Sí? Las comidas típicas de México, por ejemplo, son tacos y tamales y
Frijoles.
chilaquiles. Sí, eso, sí. ¿Ok? Bien. Bueno.
Marilyn?
Sí.
I had a sentence, everyone was preparing these meals, and I got a little tangled up with the difference between todo el mundo and todos.
Okay.
And it's my intuitive guess is that using todo el mundo is a little over the top, and it really should have been todas, T-O-D-A-S.
No importa mucho, doesn't matter much. Todo el mundo, por ejemplo, todo el mundo just means everyone or everybody.
All right.
Okay, but you need to use a verbo en singular.
Right.
Okay, por ejemplo, todo el mundo toma la comida picante en México. Todo el mundo toma la comida picante, ¿sí? Everybody eats hot food.
Spicy food, yeah.
Todo el mundo toma, come, ¿sí? Todo el mundo, otro ejemplo, todo el mundo entiende eso. Everybody understands that. Todo el mundo ve, todo el mundo ve eso. Everybody sees that. Todo el mundo. It needs a singular verb, but if I use a shorter word, todos, it just means all or all the people. Yeah, all the people, all of them. It also can mean everyone, like todo el mundo, but you need plural. You need a plural verb. So, todos toman tacos. Todos toman tacos. Wow. Todos toman tacos en Mexico. Everybody eats tacos in Mexico.
Tongue twist.
Toman, perdón. No es Tomás, perdón. Todos toman tacos. Todos toman tacos. Okay. Todos van al supermercado. Everybody's going to the supermarket. See? You need a plural verb. So, todos. Wow, my fingers are really not working tonight. Todos, perdón. Todos, perdón. Todos toman tacos en México, sí. Toman versus toma. So, doesn't make any difference if you use todos or todo el mundo. They're completely interchangeable. But you have to have a verb that goes a different way with each one of those.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Sí.
Make sense? ¿Sí? Ok. A ver. Siguiente. Aquí tenemos una fiesta de tailgating. No hay palabra para tailgating.
I don't know.
Es una fiesta. Es una fiesta antes de un partido de fútbol americano, ¿no?
Sí.
Sí.
Son muchas palabras. Es una fiesta de comida antes de un partido de fútbol americano. Es tailgating. Eso es. Ok. podemos hablar de lo que hicieron ellos antes o de lo que está haciendo ahora. You can use anything, just pick tense that makes sense.
Todos compraron comida para un, how do you say barbecue? Un BBQ? or
Barbacoa, barbacoa. Todos
compraron comida para la barbacoa.
para la barbacoa.
Barbacoa.
Eso sí.
Sí.
Todos compraron comida para la barbacoa. Sí.
I said, los aficionados al deporte disfrutan barbacoa antes del fútbol americano. They're disfrutan.
Disfrutar is to enjoy.
Right, so they're enjoying barbecue before the game. Say,
Oh, they are right now. Sí, aquí presente. Sí.
Sí.
Los aficionados, entonces, los aficionados disfrutan
Sí.
de la comida o de la barbacoa.
So I have to have that day there, huh?
Sí, ese verbo disfrutar necesita la palabrita de. Sí.
Gracias. Yeah.
Es así. No hay ningún motivo. There's no reason for it. It just needs that word de. It's one of those verbs that needs a little preposition, little hangnail thing, okay? De la barbacoa. ¿Sí? Okay.
Marilyn, what is the word? Is it birra? BIRR, maybe IA? Like
birria.
Yeah.
Birria.
Ay, sí. Momentito. It is sticking in my
birria
brain.
goat?
Birria. Porque
birria.
Necesito una foto. I need a picture of it to show you. Birria.
Oh.
Stew kind of thing. See?
Oh.
So it's not barbecued or cooked. Okay, so.
Sí, necesitas una olla. I think you generally need a pot.
Okay.
Rather than throwing it on the grill.
Okay.
You might throw it on the grill first to get it crispy and then throw it into the stew,
Okay, I always thought it was barbecued. Okay, thank you.
Birria, sí. Eso sí existe. Ok. Vale. Bueno, hay otra idea.
Antes el partido de fútbol americano, el hombre cocinó hamburguesas y bebió muchas cervezas.
Sí. Cocinó varios platos y bebió o tomó muchas cervezas.
Sí.
Es tradicional, es bien tradicional antes de un partido de fútbol americano. Es así, ok. Sí me gusta. Vale. Buena mezcla. Good mix. Fantástico. Bien. Por otro lado, on the other hand, por otro lado, tenemos otra foto muy...
En la playa.
En la playa, sí, aquí en la playa. Ok. Y otra vez es una familia, pero aquí en la playa. No están cerca del estadio de fútbol americano. Están en la playa. Aquí podemos hablar de la familia. Podemos hablar de la playa como descripción. Podemos hablar de del tiempo, del clima, que también es descripción. ¿Ok? Entonces, ¿qué podemos decir de
La familia están tan feliz porque ellos están en la playa y a ellos les gustan el sentido de la arena en los manos.
ok?
I don't know. Es que
O de la arena en los
¿no?
pies, ¿no?
Por los pies, sí.
En los pies. Sí, ok. Ok. Vale. If we were to describe the weather as a past, this was up on Instagram.
Oh,
And you probably wouldn't say, I mean, you could if you're just talking stream of consciousness. Oh, it's pretty, it's sunny in that photo, but como
Well,
decía, what would be the methods we would use? And I'm going to put down a couple of little hints that
Había mucho calor. Había muy calor.
Cassie, remember that there are three verbs that will generally use three families of verbs, because I've got them in different tenses there. There are three kinds of verbs we generally use more frequently when we're talking about weather. Okay. So if we're describing what the weather was like in this photo, what might we say? We wouldn't say había calor.
Because.
But you've got some other, you could say, es posible, sí, sería posible decir hacía sol, sí. Hacía sol.
Does that mean there was sun or it was sunny?
It was sunny. Hacía sol.
Solano?
También estaba soleado.
Soleado.
And there we got to tweak that sol word a little bit. You could say había sol. You could use había sol, but hacía sol would be, hace sol. I should put it down on the same line here. Hacía sol. You could use, hay sol si es posible, pero es más común oír cosas como hacía sol, estaba soleado, okay? Because both of those mean sunny. And that hace, we can even use just to say it was good weather. ¿Cómo se dice it was good weather?
Hacía buen tiempo.
Hacía buen tiempo. Exacto. Hacía buen tiempo. ¿Sí? Hacía calor. Hacía calor. It was hot. Hacía calor. We could say there were no clouds. We're going to need hay.
No, nubla.
If I say there were no clouds.
Ay, nubla.
No hay.
Había.
Ninguna? No
Había.
Oh, no,
Había. Nebula.
Nubes. No había nubes. There were no clouds. No había nubes. No había nubes. Okay. You can also use cloudy with estar, but again, that word, instead of being nubes, the actual thing that means clouds, you'll tweak it a little bit. Entonces, no, because we're expressing this as a negative. No estaba nublado. No estaba nublado. It was not cloudy. Hacía sol, no estaba nublado. Okay, bien. So the point with that is that we want to talk about, be able to talk about weather, but generally when you talk about weather in the past, you really need imperfecto. For descriptions in the past, you need imperfecto. And pretérito will happen with weather when it's a sudden event, like it started to rain. Yeah. Something like that, or the beginning or the end of a weather event. Then you might use preterite. But usually, unless you've got the beginning or the end, something sudden with the weather, unless you've got that, you're going to use, most of the time, imperfecto. Okay? Any other thing we can say about la familia? ¿Qué hacen o qué hicieron las personas aquí en la foto? So shifting away from weather description.
Ellos sonrieron mucho. They smiled a lot.
Sí, sonrieron mucho.
Ellos están felices.
Están o estaban. Depende. Si en el pasado estaban felices, contentos.
Sí.
Lo mismo. Están felices, estaban felices, sí. Ok. Bien. Vale. ¿Qué podemos decir? Por ejemplo, de la pareja aquí. And here we have a nice young couple. Somebody said in my morning session, they must be newlyweds because they're still smiling.
And he's helping.
Todavía están sonriendo. They're still smiling. They must be newlyweds. Unpack all this stuff. Yeah. Okay. A ver. We could talk about what they did before they're in the kitchen or while they're in the kitchen or, lo que sea. Okay, Federico.
Well, keeping up with that theme, ella dijo a él ir a la tienda y comprar los comestibles correctos.
Los comestibles correctos. Oh, get the right stuff. Yeah.
Sí.
Comestibles también es como comida, pero comestibles lo usamos por lo que cuando hablamos de la comida muy general, when you talk about the food that's foodstuffs, the stuff that's in your pantry.
Oh,
comestibles, sí.
comestibles.
Comestibles, sí. Comestibles. Comestibles. Él le dijo, he told her. Ok. Bueno. ¿Qué hicieron antes de llegar a casa con los comestibles?
Me fue al supermercado.
¿Fueron al supermercado? ¿Fueron al súper? Sí. ¿Fueron al súper o fueron al supermercado? Claro. ¿Qué más?
Escribía un list. I don't know how you say this.
Sí, la pareja, the couple. La pareja escribió una lista de comestibles. ¿Sí? Antes de ir al súper. Eso, sí. Para organizar todo un poquito mejor.
Okay, dijeron cuántos dinero que tienen.
Dijeron, they said,
No, they talked about, like discussed. Or decided how much
hablaron
money they
de,
had.
sí, hablaron, buena idea,
Oh,
habla-
okay, habla.
hablaron de cuánto dinero necesitaban. They talked
so-
about, oh, dinero. My brain is totally mush tonight. Hablaron de cuánto dinero necesitaban. They talked about how much money they needed.
How about that they had?
¿Cómo se dice that they had?
Yeah.
Bill.
Tiena?
Que tienen.
Tienen, that they have, but how much money they had?
Tuvieron.
Tuvieron.
Tenían.
Oh, tenían.
Yeah, okay.
Es imperfecto.
Hablaron de cuánto dinero tenían.
Tenía, okay.
They talked about how much money they had to buy all this stuff. ¿Sí?
Yeah, yeah.
Pero
Bueno.
fíjense, esto sí es buena idea y es muy importante porque nos muestra algo. This shows us something. This part, likely pretérito. They talked this over. Yeah, see?
Sí.
And that happened in pretty short order, right? Entonces, mejor con hablaron. Es posible decir hablaban. They were. See, if the idea you're getting across, if what's in your brain is they were talking about, then hablaban makes sense. Pero es probable, sí, usar esta expresión. Hablaron de cuánto dinero tenían. And this part here has to be imperfecto.
Okay.
How much money they had. Even though we can use hablaron here, yeah, because they talked and then they were all done with that. They put it out on the shelf and they're done with that topic. How much money they had, that's not an over and done. How much you had is always used in imperfecto. Tenían. Tener in pretérito gets a very specific meaning. It changes the quality of that verb tener. Tener in pretérito goes into a different realm of like you got something, you received something. So, you had money. Well, when did you start to have the money? When did you finish having the money? That doesn't make any sense. So it has to go into imperfecto to make sense.
And you don't have to throw K in there.
No.
Okay.
Una pregunta.
No, you don't need a K any place here. No.
Marilyn,
Sí.
since you're referring to a couple in the previous sentence, you still use the plural in the next sentence because you're referring to they. They are talking.
I'm just switching into they. Sí.
That's okay.
And people will do that. Oh, sí. Sí.
I was just curious.
Sí. Los dos hablaron de cuánto dinero tenían. Sí. I could keep in that mode of la pareja and say la pareja habló de cuánto dinero tenía.
But people don't use.
And people will flip-flop between the two of those.
Wonder.
Like we'll say, oh, the couple's going to the store and they talked over what's in their budget for this week. And we flip back and forth, and so will they. Es igual. Okay. Magnífico. Bien. Okay. Otra cosita. ¿Cómo se expresa la idea of they took the food out of the bags?
Desembarque.
When you take something out.
Desempaque.
It's,
Desembarcar.
pero
No.
es muy complicado. Algo muy sencillo. ¿Cómo se dice take out the trash? Por ejemplo. Even though this is not trash.
Sumar, ¿no?
Es sacar.
O sacar.
Sacar.
So they took all those items out of the bag. See? They took all those items out. Sacaron. Sacaron los comestibles. Sacaron los comestibles de las bolsas. Okay. Bien. Bien. Okay. We are not going to have enough time to get through all of this. So we'll bring this into next week. So what I want you to keep in mind are let us brainstorm before we leave. What are verbs we might use to talk about cute guy cracking an egg here? What are the so always think in terms of just grab the verb and then throw it into the past. Okay? Bien? Or presente if you want to talk in present. But what are some verbs we might use to talk about that picture?
Cocinar.
Cocinar. ¿Qué más? What else?
Sí.
Romper.
Open an egg, abrir.
What do you have to do with the egg? You have to do something.
Crack it. Yeah.
Break it.
Is that romper?
Romper.
Oh, romper.
Romper. This will not be reflexive. Romperse is for breaking your bones or ripping your shirt or something like that. Yeah. Romper. Okay. Vale. Bien. Freír.
Freír.
Fry.
Freír. Sí. Okay. Batir. Beat. Quizás, maybe.
Batir.
You might even want to talk about, you may want to use one of the echar. Echar is
Throw out the eggshell?
eso también, sí. Also that, I had a different idea.
Okay.
Whatever it is you're going to put in the egg.
Mm.
What might you add to an egg?
Sí.
Queso.
Queso, cebolla.
Sal, cebolla,
Cebolla.
queso, muchas cosas, many, many things. Okay. So when you approach this, I would say always think about, grab like 3 verbs or so, and just think in the first stage about what those infinitives are. And now, put it into the past. Or presente, if you really want to keep in present, or what they're going to do. Of course, then it'll have to be future, ir a, and the infinitive, ¿sí? Con un partido de béisbol, por ejemplo, you might want verbs like correr, sí.
Jugar.
Golpear, hit, ¿sí?
Golpear.
Bueno, sí. Aquí con turistas.
Andar.
Andar, caminar,
Mirar.
visitar, tomar fotos, sacar fotos. Bien, sí. Disfrutar, sí. Algo así. Anything like that. Okay. Sí, bien. So always think just like think of the action and then just, put it into talking about that person or group of people, right? Depending on exactly whichever item or whichever the action is that they're doing. We're going to have a new video for you this week. Uy, se me olvidó el tema. I forgot the theme. It's going to be very simple though. Again, it's going to be a comparison of somebody talking, and he's going to talk at a little bit closer to a normal pace, but it's not going to feel like 100 words a minute. Okay. But what I want you to notice with the new video, because it'll be a storytelling video, it's going to be super, super simple. He's not going to use complicated verbs. Notice how he flips between tenses. He's going to talk about what he used to do, what he did, what he's doing right now, and he's going to really seamlessly flip between all those different tenses, because we do this all the time when we speak to people. We just don't think about it. But just notice how he's switching to different time periods when he talks about his life. See? Bien? And we'll have some new pictures. Same drill as this week, but there are new photos, and so you'll have time to think about that. And again, just like write down the infinitive and then come up with your little verb conjugations as you need them. Sí, todo bien.
Yes.
All good? Okay. Entonces, sí, son las 7:30. So 7:30, I don't want to go too far past, because people will have to leave to go do things. Fantástico. Eso es todo para hoy. ¿Sí? ¿Alguna pregunta? Any question before we leave for tonight?
No.
No? No? Okay, so same thing.